All right, it is Monday Morning Boogie with the Bull, Monday Morning Caffeine, and it's Dave Globin and Randy Rhodes. We are live on the Boogie with the Bull YouTube channel, and it looks like we haven't gone live yet. If you go to my profile, you see the red circle around live. You have to tap that. I guess it hasn't gotten to Facebook yet, but anyway, that's not going to stop us this morning. Randy Rhodes, what is new and exciting with you today?
New and exciting. Well, uh, I've mentioned a couple of times over the past year or so that when my mom and dad were both alive, they were uh, uh, took hundreds of pictures, and I had transferred them all to discs like this,
Yep.
and made like 4 copies, maybe more, to send out to immediate family members who did not appreciate it. Didn't get a thank you, the assholes. But anyways, the intent was good. So now what I found was that with this new service like we're using here to communicate to the world, I use Evux. Uh, uh, Dave uses Restream. I think so does Jerry. But no, Jerry uses X.
Jerry uses EV Musk.
Okay, then he does the same that I do. So what I realized is that I have a new thing that I can do. I'm taking these discs and all the wonders of the world. When I updated my computer so I could do Facebook live broadcasts without losing the stream, the new damn computer tower doesn't have a CD drive in it because you don't need one. You buy those external ones. So what I did was I, uh, with the help of a friend, learned how to take these images, the music, and the pictures, transfer them back from my disk to the computer desktop. And now, like my cousin Brenda, she's in the hospital. She's in a nursing home now. Okay, and she doesn't get out. She doesn't see anybody. She's in a different state. So what she and I started doing is she and I spend 30 to 45 minutes. She has a cell phone, and she's able to accept the link invitation from my EV Mux so I can share her image on my computer, and together we can watch these disc of our family pictures. And I could see in her eyes that she was very tearful because she was obviously remembering back to a younger, more wonderful time in her life and our lives, seeing these images of her mom and her dad. So I did that over the weekend. So that was pretty cool.
Cool.
Um, and I'm in the process. I got only 6 more left. I have like 30 discs that I've transferred to the computer, so they'll all be transferred back onto a computer.
Yep.
But folks, when if who in the audience um, uh, does take pictures or anything like that, just keep in mind that if you're going to leave your video library to a family member, make sure you understand that if it's old fashioned photograph albums, that's great. But if you're a smoker and you give these to a non-smoker, the smell of the cigarettes is attached to those photographs and those photograph albums. So by giving that to a person who's non-smoker, they will smell. They will smell the cigarettes, and it's going to be absolutely gross to them. So if you're looking
Yeah.
for some way to do what I'm doing now, reach out to me, and I'll do it at no charge. You just provide me with the discs, and I'll do the service for you as a freebie. That's because I like doing it.
Yep.
Um, but that's it on the personal. Oh, well, the other thing I did too was, uh, my wife and I, uh, up until probably today, today will be the end of it. We don't have life insurance, right? And right now at our age, life insurance is important. And I just came across a military life insurance company uh, called. It is called uh, AAFMAA. And I was talking to this lady. She's with the military, and even though I only spent 4 years in the reserves, I still qualify for military life insurance. So between her and I, we get $100,000 life insurance policy up to age 80 for around $200. And then at age 80, hopefully we live beyond that, a term life insurance for 25 grand kicks in and uh, provides the insurance that's, we would need to, bury ourselves. So I took care of that this weekend. So that's, I don't worry about that anymore. Um, and all I got to do is, watch out for any kind of sweet drinks my wife gives me or pointy things that she might, head my direction. But anyways, so the way it looks, that I think we are at or getting very close to a ceasefire with Ukraine and Russia, and they're both getting their final shots in, and getting big final shots in. Ukraine just did a surprisingly using American missiles hit a Russian helicopter base deep inside Russia, destroying four helicopters for a tune of $88 million. And those helicopters were going to be used in the upcoming attack on Ukraine. So they're no longer viable for an attack. Russia did the same thing. They went in with a massive number of tanks and destroyed a lot of Ukrainian tanks. So the war is still ongoing, even though there's this talk of a peace deal. Uh, Zelensky is making it very difficult because Zelensky wants Putin to return all of the territory they now possess of Ukraine, and Putin's not going to do it. He wants
Nope.
to keep what his soldiers earned in combat, and I can't blame him.
I think the problem is that he's thinking that he's going to walk away with Ukraine's source of income, which is basically the rare earth minerals, which President Trump was looking for. Whether or not that deal goes through, or whether or not Zelensky does something on his own to fund Ukraine, has yet to be seen. But
Well, I
it
think
will
Putin
be
also
truly interesting as it plays out.
wants to land territory for. 'Cause apparently, the soil in Ukraine is very rich with minerals, and
Mm-hmm.
which makes for great growing of crops and stuff like that.
Yep.
That's why they were called the breadbasket of Europe during the World War One and Two. Uh, so there's that. I just read that Elon Musk is going to increase the security at all his Teslas to do a better job of protecting the dealerships plus his product. Also, they arrested three individuals who were caught setting fires to the Teslas. They each will now face 20 years in prison because
Good.
they're being charged as domestic terrorists.
It should be.
And I agree. Um, the people are stupid. Don't they realize that these Teslas, okay, They come with all kinds of cameras all around the surface of the vehicle. So it is filming 24/7, and the film goes to an external network system to be kept as a historical content to be played back at a time when it needs to be played back. So these people are getting caught on video walking up to the cars, keying the car, or setting fire to the car. These people are getting caught dead to rights by the Tesla's cameras. And these people are still stupid. They are still doing it. That makes absolutely no sense to me. And
Well, they're
again,
stupid also because the Democrats that have them are trying to trade them in. They're not going to get that great a deal on them, and they're going to be forced into a gas guzzling SUV like Mark Kelly. And that to me, it means that we're going to need more gas to support all of those SUVs that are going to come out on the road from Tesla
you know,
Electric.
but the sad thing is that the people, as I understand, who are doing the attack on the Teslas are being paid by some organization to lodge attacks against Trump supporters, which Elon Musk is. So they're being paid to do this. They're the ones who are getting caught and going to prison, not the person who's paying them. Now, what they should do is say, look, I'll tell you what, reduce my sentence. I'll tell you who paid me to do this, and get the big guys. And when you make the arrests and so forth, and you do the court thing, do it so the public can see it, right? Do it so that
Yep.
they are embarrassed, that their family sees what they did, and they are embarrassed, or whatever. Maybe their families won't be embarrassed. Maybe their families are assholes. I don't know. But we
Yep.
need to see some big name arrests in these attacks on the Teslas.
Yep.
I mean, it's like they were saying uh, uh, Elon Musk was responsible for bringing back those two astronauts using his SpaceX. Elon Musk is responsible for finding all this billions and billions of dollars in wasted expenditures. And they attack
Mm-hmm.
him because he is a Trump supporter, and that makes absolutely no sense.
Right.
Um, I mean, we're kind of back to where, uh, 4+ years ago when Trump was being attacked and being impeached for stupid things because people didn't like what he was doing. So here they really can't attack Trump so much anymore. He's president. So they're doing the next best thing, which is attacking Elon Musk. I mean, last night, well, it was last night, it was Saturday night's broadcasts of the American Rebellion. Michael Anthony asked a question, well, where is Mike the Pillow Man? Well, Mike the Pillow Man lost a lot of money being a Trump supporter.
He did.
He lost millions in lawsuits and all kinds of shit. He lost a lot in his business. So you know what? And I can't blame him. His love for Trump may not have waned, but as far as a public uh, exclamation of his love for Trump, I don't think you'll only be seeing it because it hurt his business. Just like Giuliani. I mean, look what he went through, and thankfully, a judge said that they were wrong, gave him back all his property that was seized, and gave him back the money that he was supposed to pay in fines and suffering for these people. Uh, so good for
Yeah.
him,
Yeah. You have to stand up. And he's showing that he's standing up for those of us who may not be able to stand up for ourselves, and he's changing the laws to benefit everybody. You know, if you're a Democrat and you own a Tesla, you stand just as much chance as somebody seeing that Tesla and blowing it up, or key scratching it, or if you don't want one, get rid of it. Go find a dealer that will take it in this trade, because most of them probably won't, because they don't want it on their lots. So you're not going to get very much. You're not going to get very.
Yeah,
And
unfortunately, with the attacks on the Teslas, you'd be hard put to try and find someone who's going to give you a fair price for it, because they're going to be afraid that they'll be the next person to be attacked. You know, uh, unless of course you're in a conservative Republican majority town or city. Obviously, these people who are having their cars attacked appear to be in areas where the liberals are running amok, and there's no chain to hold them back. Um, did you
yep.
see that the aircraft carrier Nimitz is on its way to China? That puppy went
No, I
into
missed it.
service
What's
back
it
in
going for?
1975, so it is the oldest aircraft carrier in the Navy fleet, and it is headed for duty to tell China that you better behave yourselves, or you're going to be answering to the guns of the Nimitz. Because China still has their eyes on Taiwan.
They do, and I think we're going to have to. We're going to end up in some kind of conflict to keep Taiwan independent. And I'm not sure exactly what will play there. Mama D says several people sent Giuliani videos on January 6th. I think that case is going to unravel, if it hasn't already, basically. That, the Biden administration blew it on that. And several people, as soon as the FBI, Kash Patel, and the Attorney General, Pam Bondi, want to get together. I think America is waiting for Adam Schiff, Liz Cheney, primarily Nancy Pelosi, Mike Vance, excuse me, Mike Pence, to once and once and for all. Will they ever get hit? I don't know. Everybody's on everybody's lists, and everybody's involved in everything, and unfortunately, everybody does need to get bear up responsibility and get hit for whatever they did. But who knows if they will. Chuck Schumer's becoming a I probably shouldn't word it this way, but Chuck Schumer is becoming a white Maxine Waters. He is, threatening that we're going to send Democrats to your door, and if you don't change your vote and become a Democrat, you will be punished. Sounds to me like the Democrat Crusades have launched in America, and I think that's going to be enough to finally snuff out the Democrat Party. Because as people have said on this broadcast and on other broadcasts, I don't think it's a good idea for Democrats to knock on anybody's door and say, hey, you need to change parties. And if you don't, all hell is going to break loose.
Yeah.
I
Did
think it's time for the Senate to look and possibly vote him out if they can't do anything else. Vote him out, send him home. It's just, uh,
I'm
and
sorry.
hopefully, go ahead.
I don't. I'm sorry. I don't see any major Democrat being uh, removed from office or uh, power behind secret vote and out of out of Congress or out of the Senate is to have their members uh, kick them out, and you're not going to see that type of solidarity to
Well,
kick out took from his position.
Well, we saw that happen with Joe Biden. He lost, he got kicked out. He got kicked out of running. Kamala Harris took over, and she got whomped
Well,
the
that's it.
dog. Well, she got whomped the dog by
Yeah.
President Trump. So I think maybe you might see people in different states say, we've had enough of the
The people
Democrat
have to
talk.
recall them.
We've had enough of the threats. Well, right, but we've had enough of the threats, and we're going to either order a recall and reelect them. I mean, and kick them out and reelect somebody else. And I don't think even if we elect if they elect a Democrat again, I don't think it's going to be at anyone who's going to be as stupid as Schumer and go around saying more threats. I think the Democrats are going to change their tune once if anybody actually does see a Doge check. I think the Democrats are going to change their tune because I think before Congress approves the Doge checks coming out of the U.S. Treasury, it's very simply going to be uh, a a vote of both Republicans and Democrats to approve it or not approve it. And if it is approved and people start getting checks, I think the Democrats who are going to get checks are going to change their tune and realize that they've been lied to
And right there
forever.
is the reason
Tax
why
money
you
came.
won't see the checks, because people sing a different tune if they're being given something.
Right.
So yeah, Doge is finding multiple billions of dollars and wasted,
Mm-hmm.
and the money's going back into the treasury, and the people are being paid by these organizations to fight because they don't want more to be found out. So they're trying to put a stop to the Doge uh, seeking out
But
and enjoying.
they're not
But the
winning.
pro, but do you, to give us a check for whatever dollar amount, okay, to make the people happy, it will have two reactions. The people who support the actions of Doge are going to love it, and the people who oppose it are going to take the money, but they're still going to fight. The Democrats can't allow that money to be released to the people because it's going to make too many people happy and very supportive of Elon and what he's doing, and they don't want
Well,
support going to Elon.
right. But then the Democrats have to explain why Act Blue, their new charity, is under congressional investigation. It's not under Doge investigation, it's under congressional investigation because evidently they don't believe that it is being operated the way they claimed it was supposed to be operated, which is small guys like you and me making donations to the party directly and not what it may be a front for big companies giving everybody $100 and saying, "Hey, donate this money to Act Blue." And if it gets proven that's more that they're into. Plus, they have to explain things like why is a federal judge, Secretary of Defense, what he is going to do with the United States military. Okay, at some just say, hey, like Hegseth said, if you disagree with to give or the order that I did give, well, then we expect to see you at Fort Benning at 6 a.m. on whatever day it was. He told them to be here, and you start doing what you think you should do, and you'll most likely get kicked out because the truth is that whether we can put this on the ballot. I mean, President Trump wants to do it. We can put it on the ballot any time, and I'm sure the overall view will be no, we don't want them in the army, or the army doesn't want them in the army, the military doesn't want them in the military. Uh, and that's something that Pete Hegseth is going to have to stand before Democrats and explain to them, hey, this is how it is going to be, and you can drop an injunction or judge chop to a Democrat judge repeatedly and find a Democrat judge that will rule against me. But the bottom line is, at some point, I'm going to do something that just basically says, go away and leave me alone. I'm doing the job that I was appointed to do, that Congress confirmed me to do, and I'm here to do it. Or you're going to be like Pam Bundy, and you're just going to look at all of these judges and say, you know what? I'm going to make it secret. No, nothing can be released to you. That's the law. That's one of my options. So go away and leave me alone and let me do my job. Or you're going to find out that the Democrat judge, Bohr, or whatever his name is basically the same as Judge Bershad. His daughter is somehow involved in something that makes it a conflict of interest for him. And he is in a conflict of interest because evidently he is involved in some group that counsels illegal immigrants and helps them stay here. And I don't know exactly what that means, because if you're illegal, you have to go before an immigration judge. But it doesn't matter if you're a judge and you're stepping over the boundaries for you to be a judge. It's time that Pam Bundy and everybody else just start saying, "Out, you're
Yeah,
out."
yeah.
You're out. It's my job. It's my job to keep the courts fair, and I don't care if you're a Democrat or a Republican. But when you walk into that court, you're an American, and you have to judge the case on being an American and on the rule of law, and not that you hate Donald Trump, not that you hate this group, not that you hate that group, not that not that you are in favor of people torching Teslas, because if you do, it's going to be appealed, and most likely that person is going to end up in jail, because that's about the only way to stop it, is to put these people in jail for 20 years. They can exhaust all of their appeals and hopefully get out in less than 20 years, maybe. But realistically, no. You want to go destroy other people's property that isn't yours, and just because you disagree, you don't even know how the person feels about the person who owns the car, and the person who feels, this is just ridiculous. It's not like you talked to the owner of the car and said, if you don't support, we're going to destroy your Tesla. Law enforcement can move in. You
Yeah.
can be punished just for making the threat. So I really don't know what to do. What else?
Um, well, it's just I just saw a really neat video of Elon Musk's new I guess you call it a factory where he is building his starship that's going to be used to fly to the moon and to the Mars. It's a huge
Yep.
uh, um, what's it called? It takes up a lot of ground space. It has the factory, it has the launch pads, it has all kinds of stuff, and inside you can see uh, the spaceship being built. And people are stupid because he's trying to better mankind for the future, and they're attacking
Yep.
him because of the fact that he's finding wasted money. Well, if he didn't have that type of mindset, okay, uh, he wouldn't be the successful person that he is with his space program. I mean, look at the.
Hmm.
I mean, it has to cost hundreds of millions of dollars to do what he's doing to build these ships and to have
Hmm.
the uh, mindset of how to save money, where to cut costs, how to cut costs, how to do this, that, and the other thing. Okay, he wouldn't be as successful as he is today, and I don't see people protesting his spaceships and things like that. They're I don't know. I look at
But the
him. I look.
Democrats, the Democrats, again under Barack Obama, are the ones who said we should stop spending money on the space program so that we can spend it somewhere else. Where it was, I don't know. And in all that time, NASA fell behind. All of these other independent companies moved forward, and some of them made it to where they are, and they will go further. And maybe that's what our government needs to do. They need to align with Elon Musk or the other guys starting their own space exploration companies and use them because it's cheaper. And people are also complaining that Elon Musk is the wrong person to do it because SpaceX has contracts with the government. Now it appears that Tesla has contracts with cities where they're going to sell or provide Teslas, which I don't know too many police officers that are looking forward to being put into an electric vehicle. Period. Uh, they're not really doing to save money. And
Yeah,
I definitely wouldn't want a fleet of Teslas sitting at the police station that I'm the police, worrying about people hopping the fence and blowing up each individual police car.
yeah, but I can't imagine a Tesla being able to keep up to the speed of a gas guzzling car. I
Well,
wouldn't think they have that type of power behind in the engine, or do
he
they?
I don't know, but evidently he's got a new charger out that he claims will recharge the car in 15 minutes. So, you know, put them strategically around the city where you have your police cars and you're good to go. I can't, like I said, I can't see a police department say the gas guzzling vehicles that we have and use all Teslas. Some will get them, but what will most likely happen is the meter maids will get them, the academy recruits will get them, and everybody else will still keep driving a gas guzzling police car because that's what we need to have them in. But I don't know. I could be wrong. You know, he's losing market share in China. He's down to like number 4 or number 5 or 6 in China, which is what they want him to do. He's losing ground here in the United States. I don't know. You know, I don't know
Hey,
how far. Go ahead.
I just found I've been
Okay.
trying to get together a series of Robert Lawless's songs and music he does, so I can offer him the ability to maybe put them on disc and offer them to people. I just found one I've never seen before.
Okay.
Can I share it right now? It's his own creation, his own music, but
Okay.
I've never seen it before, and I think the audience is going to look at it and especially right now with his wife being in the hospital, I think this would be a great
Right. It.
uh, um,
Okay.
uh, boost. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Okay. We can do it, but if it looks like anything is a copyright violation, it'll get shut off. That's just what I
Okay,
have to
that's
do.
fine.
But you're more than welcome. Yeah. Okay.
I think.
And how long?
Well, it's a
How
three
long is it?
minute song. I won't probably play for three
Okay.
minutes, but unless you really like it, I think it's pretty cool.
No more lies. Hey, hey,
I just, you know, I know he has had the job working at the ski resort, but this guy is still energetic and has the energy, has the charisma, he has the talent, he has the look. I think what he needs to do, I think he needs to get a band together and go back out into music. I mean, look at these old time rock stars like Kiss or Ozzy Osbourne. How uh, um, yeah, how old they are, but yet they're still making millions of dollars doing what they do, what they love.
Yep.
And I think that Robert Lawless, Minnesota Madman, has the ability to go back into music, and I think that's where he should go. I mean, what do you think?
Okay. I you I believe I agree with you. What Robert can and can't do right now is on Robert's end. We were going to have him on Friday, Red Friday Morning Caffeine, but unfortunately,
Went
Jamie
in the hospital.
uh, it went in the hospital with appendicitis. I believe
Yeah.
now she is at home resting. But
Now, did they do surgery on her? Did they remove the?
I do not
That's
believe
good.
so, but I do not know.
Yeah,
So,
I had mine removed when I was preteen. My dad was in the military, and back in that time frame, uh, the the appendix was a uh, organ of your body that really had no purpose, and they what I was having the stomach problems, the pain and so forth, and went into the military hospital, and they said, "Let's take it out." I mean, it's a useless piece of an organ. No sense having it. So they took it out. And I remember I was a kid, and when I saw the size of the scar, I mean, the thing was, I mean, they could like half my, like this, the cut was like half the size of my
okay.
stomach,
Yep.
and the nurse came in with a big bowl of ice cream, and that made things a lot better. Let me tell you.
I don't know the size of the scar these days, or
No,
how they even do it
they're
these days.
minuscule now. The scars, the cuts they do to
But
get into a body, it's extremely small now.
yeah. But our thoughts and
Yes.
prayers do go out to Jamie and Robert, and keep an eye focused on the American Rebellion Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Saturday, because you'll often see Robert there talking about life and probably in a lot of cases life that a lot of Americans are feeling right now. So be a part of those broadcasts. As I said, we were going to have him on Friday morning, but God didn't want that to happen for reasons that he had to be with Jamie. So hopefully we will get him on another morning when he can do it. And maybe if Jamie is okay, we'll
Yeah.
get her on too.
Talking about Elon Musk and his factory he just built there in Texas uh, uh, to build a new spaceship that he's planning to use to travel to the moon and to Mars. China is up there too. They're pushing the they're to try and get into the moon first, and also to the Mars. Now, the only thing I've been seeing so far animatronics of the spacecraft flying there and doing its thing. Uh, I see it as a race between not necessarily the United States, but Elon Musk and China getting to the moon or to Mars first with putting boots back on the ground on those surfaces. Um, to be honest with you, I think Elon Musk is going to make it first because he has successfully shown that his rockets will go up into space. They actually made it to the space station. They fly back down. They land on their own. They're reusable, which is a big thing
Mhm.
for cutting back on the costs of the space exploration. Um, I mean, I'll never see life on another planet, which is fine. I just, all these visions of these sci-fi movies, of humans going to other planets and everything's honky dory fine until you start walking on the grass and the grass talks to the trees and the trees say, "Nope, you're walking on something that's living. We're going to eat you." Or things like that, or the rocks like in Star Trek, and the rocks come to life, and uh,
Yep.
but yeah, life right now is new. It's exciting. The Bible talks about it. The Bible says when when we have the ability to say something here in Lancaster County, and someone somewhere in any other state or any other country around the world can see and hear me, that's what the Bible is calling, that prepare for the end times. Because when you have that ability,
I,
that's when things will start taking place, and we're seeing that
I
with
don't know if I totally agree with that, and because the internet and the internet isn't just here in the United States; it's all over the world. And if you can write a network that can get you out all over the world, then I think you definitely increase the the audience that you can reach. And not everybody is going to like your message, and some people will and some people won't. And if they do, they will watch, and they may tell people not to watch it and don't share it. And 1% of the problems that I see on the internet with me circle around Meta Platforms Incorporated and Facebook, because I go to X, and X isn't spanking me for saying something, and I go to Threads, which is Meta's version of X, and I get spanked here, I get spanked there, I get blocked by people because they don't like what I say. And if I'm getting blocked by people because they don't like what I say, I must be saying the truth. So, uh, the internet is a new means of communication globally for everybody. And I think if you have a need for that, then you should, by all by all means, be doing it. But go ahead.
yeah. I don't know. Uh, I just think we're in for a new way of life, and I think it's going to be something that we dreamt of when we were kids, and something our grandparents told us about, and we're just going to uh, uh, sit back and just and enjoy it. I mean, when you think about where we were 50 years ago, and where we are today, and what we're able to do, a microwave oven, a refrigerator that can tell you what's inside the refrigerator. I mean,
Yep.
things like this that we never thought of. Uh, but but then there's that part of us who don't want to let go of the past. That's why I love so much the old black and white TV movies, TV shows, and because there are some things you just can't make better, and some that is in
Wow.
our entertainment world. You see these, if you want to call them singers, on stage, all butt naked, doing all kinds of sickening things to get people to buy their product, which is their CDs. And then you look back to what we used to watch, like uh, Dean Martin, Jerry Lee, no, Jerry Lee Lewis. He was a good guy, but the singers from the past, all they came out with was their suit, a microphone, and their voice, and they could mesmerize an audience. But now you have these. They're coming out here. They're, like I said, all butt naked, doing grotesque things, thinking that's what is going to entertain and mesmerize the audience, which to some degree it does because that's what they're looking for.
That's why they bought the ticket.
But it's also just a step closer to draw them into the evil of what is the dark world, and I don't know.
I don't know. I still think I hold enough gray matter in my brain that I can be given a ticket and I can walk in and go to see one of those shows. And at some point, I'm either going to get sick and I'm going to walk out and thank whoever gave me the ticket, or at some point, you know, there might be a chance that I'm indoctrinated. But then again, you're indoctrinated in life every day. You watch TV and then you watch commercials and you're indoctrinated into the commercials that you see. You go on Facebook and you're indoctrinated while you're reading the news feed because you see ads that are for everything. You sit anywhere near a computer with a microphone and you have a conversation with someone. Oh, I'm thinking about buying this, and boom, ads in your news feed are
Yeah.
rival organizations that sell that same piece of software, and eventually they hope that you'll see the price. You'll find the price that you want, and you'll go out and you'll buy it, and you're indoctrinated.
Oh, it's just like
You're
that day
indoctrinated.
on the American Rebellion show when Jerry was talking, and I guess he has Alexa, and Alexa responded he told Alexa to shut up, but he used other words, and Alexa shut up. I thought that's kind of
Okay.
funny, you know.
Yep. Yep.
Good Lord. Uh,
Yeah, Doc.
It just shows you that our electronic devices are, unless you go into to settings and actually turn them off or remove them, our devices are actually listening to what we're doing, and they're
Yep.
constantly aware.
Yep.
Uh, that there in
And
itself
we
is
allowed
very.
them. Well, we allowed it to happen, and we didn't say no, that this is not allowed to happen. We just allowed it to happen. And then every once in a while, these companies slipped and admitted that, there are 19,000 microphones in my laptop, and, each one has a different reason for living, and each one, my phone is basically the same thing. It tracks me everywhere I go via the software that I use, and Google says, "Oh no, they just see that you're using that application. They don't see your name
Oh,
or
they
where
do.
you are." And I'm
They
going,
do.
you know what? That
Yeah.
that's BS. They see it because all of a sudden I get something in the mail from someone. And now you got phone calls where they call you and they answer, and if you answer it, it's like the first question is, "Can you hear me?" And they want you to say yes,
You know,
because they will clip out that yes, and they will use it, and then they will send you a bill like you ordered or subscribe to whatever they want, and they get mad if you don't answer that question.
well, there's two things. I even have my phone is supposed to be on the do not call list, and they're getting around that. Um, so there's two things to watch out for. So if you see that the inbound phone number is local to you, but it has a one in front of it, that's a spam. If you happen to answer,
No,
well, no,
that's not
because
always
the
true.
local phones, as I understand, as I've seen them and hear my answer, if my uncle calls me, it comes up with 717 area code only, and then his phone number, not one plus 717, because one indicates
Okay,
long distance.
but my
But if you
my two sisters call me from California all the time on 717 area codes, and they both on cell phones, because I believe that's what they
That's what I'm
have,
saying.
and
That's
they
because
both
the
come in
long
with a one.
distance. What I'm saying is the way it
You
should
know,
work. at least here on my phone, is if my uncle who lives here in Lancaster calls me, my cell phone would show his number being 717 and whatever the number is. So I know that's a local call. That's going to be somebody I know. But if I see 1-717 plus a number, that's a long distance number. That's
But
someone, that's a spam call. Or if I make the mistake and I actually answer the phone number, if I hear that boop noise at the very beginning, that's a spam. I hang up right away and then I
but
block the
over
number.
right, but over 40 years of business, what got me answering every call that came in was that if a call came in from I'm trying to think of an area code if a 617 call came in, I was going to answer it because it was either, I'm not going to take the chance of hoping that if it's a new customer or someone that was interested, they leave a message and I can call them back. I just don't want to lose the call. So I answered the call, and that's what they do. And the reason that you're still getting calls after you ask one not to call you is they've got so many phone numbers available that they just keep calling you. They'll call you today on one number, tomorrow they'll call you on another. They'll use another one of their numbers to call you, and they'll just keep doing
Does
it.
Robert Lawless have a
And
daughter?
I believe he does.
Wow, they look. He just posted pictures of them at the airport on the way to California. Can I share the pictures?
Okay. No, no, you don't have permission to share anyone else's pictures on my broadcast unless it's them. Some people don't want their pictures shared, so
But it's on
I won't
Facebook.
do it.
He posted on Facebook.
It's okay, but that doesn't mean anything. Facebook says that you
Okay.
can post, you can take a picture from. I don't him and or his
No,
daughters.
that's fine.
Everyone knows.
I'll,
Everyone knows who he is. I don't want to share. Okay, you just have to accept that I
okay,
don't want to
that's
do
fine.
that. If Robert comes on and says to me one day it's okay, then maybe I'll change. But I just don't. I don't believe in sharing anybody's pictures unless they are here with us and they approve it. If it's other people in the pictures, could be at risk or whatever, and I just don't want to do it. So you're more than welcome to do a
That's what I'm
broadcast
going to do.
where you can do it. Don't ask him for permission to share his picture on this broadcast because he won't do it.
I'm not. I already got that. Got that message.
Okay. I mean, if you do a broadcast and you want to post it, that's fine. If I do a broadcast, I don't want, unless the person is on the broadcast and says, hey, I have this picture that I want to show. It's me and my daughter, or me and my son, or me and this, me and that. That's okay.
That's fine.
But I just, some people are only of the mindset that if you share a picture on Facebook for all of your friends on Facebook to see, that's the only people that see it. And it's not. It's the entire internet, or what someone who takes the picture does with it when they get a hold of it. And yeah, it's just a gray issue that I won't cross. But anyway, let's see. We're coming up on an hour, and
it's time for me to bounce.
Up to you.
Go.
Okay.
You take care.
Okay. All right. We should be back on Wednesday. I will not be on the American Rebellion tonight. As I said, I don't think I will be on Thursday. I don't know about Friday yet, but I'm not sure. It just depends on what the situation is going on.
I left those broadcasts behind me.
Okay. All right. Thank you. Randy Rhodes, All Roads Lead to Home Genealogy Services. Prices. Message Randy and he will tell you. I know that he gives you 30 minutes free for him to dig in and see what he can find. And you will be, sometimes it does take a while. He has found recently that I don't remember which great grandfather it is, because can't remember them, but he was King of Poland for 24 hours because he did something nice. I forget what it was, for the King of Poland at the time. And when he passed away, the family, I guess, came across that agreement or knew about that agreement and asked if they could do something for him because obviously hadn't named another king yet. So he said, I'd like to be king. So they made him king for 24 hours. Also, there appears to be a biblical link to King David, which, if you're Jewish, that's probably what you want. We're all related anyway, but if there is a link that proves that you're related to him, maybe at some point somebody's going to come to me and say, you're the king. I probably wouldn't take it. I probably just wouldn't take it. I would just not be king material. But, maybe it might be fun sometime. But anyway, that's what that is. We didn't share the broadcast today because I wasn't sure how much into political stuff we were going to go, aside from just getting this week started and talking about life in general. So please feel free to share the broadcast anywhere on Facebook or go to the YouTube channel and take it from there and share it to anywhere you would like to see it shared to. I want to thank Mama D for being in the live cat. Denise, I can't say that last name. It's a beautiful last name, but I can't say it. So I will always call Denise Mama D. As I think that's the name I was introduced to her with. And Scott Halsey was watching, and I think that's about it. Invite your friends to be in on the Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 10 a.m. Morning caffeine broadcasts that we do. Also invite your friends to be in the live chat on the Tuesday night and Thursday night, 7 p.m. Eastern broadcasts that we do, as well as be in the live chat on the American Rebellion, which is Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday at 7 p.m. Eastern. I like being on it. I really do. Unfortunately, I have to be somewhere else tonight and Wednesday. It's not unfortunately, but I have to be somewhere else if that opportunity is available. I'm not sure about Friday yet. I don't really know. I'm not driving anymore, so it bites when you have to rely on wherever you can get a ride from when you have to be someplace. And I'm not saying that negatively toward anyone. It's just tough that, all of a sudden, my brain will say, hey, you want to go here. And then I have to go, well, I have to find somebody to drive me here. So Denise says she is Mama D. So we will always call her Mama D when I see her on a broadcast. So again, a lot of places you can catch me, other people with some interesting thoughts that I think a lot of America will be in touch with, and at the same time have their own views that they want to share. So like I said, the morning caffeines are Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 10 a.m. and 7 p.m. on Tuesday night and Thursday night. Rebellion Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Saturday. Also, and if you watch any of the broadcasts and you want to join any of the broadcasts, let me know. And you're more than welcome to join us. Sometimes the 10 a.m.s are busy, meaning a big live chat. Sometimes they're not. Usually the 7 p.m.s, Tuesdays and Thursdays are the broadcasts. And if you want to be in a very active live chat, that's what I tell people to watch. And the American Rebellion is always hopping with people there too. I don't know if I have anything else. I don't know if I have anything else to say. If you have a Tesla, park it in your garage. If you have a garage, and it's sad. It really is sad that this is what people are doing. I mean, we're Americans, okay? Think about this. Get your head out of your Democrat rectum for a minute and think about what you are doing, okay? Think about what you are doing. You are breaking the law. You're destroying somebody else's property. If you set it on fire, you're committing a serious crime. Uh, you know, think about it. Just think about it. And if you go to a Tesla dealership and think about doing it, you never know what will be hiding there, waiting, watching for you to do something stupid like this, capture the whole thing on film, and then maybe blow your brains out. And if that's really what you want, then go ahead and keep doing what you're doing. Okay? And then if you get arrested, the press is going to get a hold of your name and all the information about you, because I believe Aaron L. White was arrested for torching several Teslas at a Tesla dealership. And if you go and you read, Aaron L. White has an alias, Evan L. White. Now that is going to open a whole other can of worms. So, your whole life is going to come under the microscope, and people are going to talk about you in ways that you may not like. And as far as I'm concerned, I'm going to talk about you in ways that you may not like, because you should be sent to that new El Salvadorian prison for 20 years. Get you out of the United States, where you're not going to be at risk of bombing another Tesla or bombing another dealership. And, it's time to grow up. Okay? It is time to grow up. If you don't like what Elon Musk is doing, that's okay. That's your right to not like what he is doing. But you don't have a right to go after property that is owned by other people that came from a company of his and destroy it. Okay? Because if you listen, people bought a Tesla because they wanted a Tesla, not because Elon Musk made it or whatever. They wanted a Tesla. And you don't have a right to destroy another person's property just because you don't like it, or you don't like the person who made it. Okay? Think about that. And if you're someone who is going out and doing this and you want to come on to a Boogie with the Bull broadcast and tell me I'm wrong, well, as long as you are willing to come on to that Boogie with the Bull broadcast with your mic going and your face on camera. You cannot hide your face behind a camera. I mean, you cannot hide your face behind a square, a black square or another color square or a slide while you talk behind it. Nope. If you want to come on and talk about this, why you're doing it, why you think you have a right to do it, if you agree to show your face on camera, then by all means, you're more than welcome to come and tell me why you're doing it. Because there isn't any reason you can tell me why you are doing it, or that justifies why you are doing it. And like I said in this broadcast today, if Doge starts completing its mission and goes to Congress and says the Treasury has all of this money, let's give this much to American citizens, and you get a check in your hand, you're going to be just as happy as everybody else who gets it. Why? Because you got a rebate on your taxes. Okay, and you're not going to be paying a bunch of new taxes. And eventually your taxes are going to go down, and you won't be deciding whether or not you you don't buy your meds so that you can pay your taxes, or you don't pay your taxes so you can buy your meds. Okay, it's just ridiculous. We're in the year 2025. I'm not going to accept with anybody that this is the last year of this country. I'm not going to accept Charles Schumer talking about the Democrat crusades. They're going to knock on your door, and if you say you're a Republican, they're going to ask you to become a Democrat and change your votes, or they're going to hurt you. As soon as they say that, and before they leave, the police will be there to arrest those people. All right? Don't even bother. Okay? This is the United States of America, and you have a right to come on screen somewhere or stand somewhere and tell people anything you want them to hear. But, no more crusades. The Christian crusades didn't work well for them. The M crusades aren't working well for them. I don't want to hear about crusades anymore. Okay, I'm on a crusade to give everybody a chance to talk, if and when they ever want to come and talk. Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 10 a.m., Tuesday, Thursday, 7 p.m., and sometimes on the American Rebellion, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Saturday at 7 p.m. But I'm just, enough is enough is enough is enough is enough. Go out there and make it a great day. Drink a whole bunch of coffee, because I didn't drink any coffee this morning, which is okay. I just didn't drink any coffee this morning, but I'm okay. I'm going to go feed Delilah, who is like overslept and finally gotten her appetite back. She's been ill for the last week or so, too. So take care of your dogs, take care of your cats, take care of your animals. Sometimes they are just as important. Well, actually, all the time they're just as important as children, because in reality, they are your children. So take care of your animals. You take care of your children all the time, but the same thing happening to them. Well, your animals are your children. Of them. Thoughts and prayers going out to everybody around the world. Jamie Lawless, my wife, as I said, who's now in the hospital again. And I'm holding up. My family is taking care of me, which is great. But I'm looking forward to when my wife comes home, because she's my best friend, and no one takes care of me as well as my wife. And you can prove that, or I can prove that by saying, when we got married, my mother went up to her future daughter-in-law and said, "I have done as much as I can with him. He is now yours." And it's a tough job. It really is. It really is a tough job. So, thoughts and prayers go out to everybody. And if you need thoughts and prayers, let me know, and I will make sure that I get them out to you, and to anyone else on Facebook and YouTube that will take a moment to think about you. And thoughts and prayers go to Bill Muckler, who is recovering at home as well. A hardcore conservative, a retired Marine captain, a well-known author, wrote the 2020 books, 2020, A Clear Vision for Our Future, 2020, A Clear Vision for America, and Six Soft Targets, which is the paperback, black and white, with the big white 6 on the cover, Bill's version of what he thinks happened on January 6th. And I've only read a part of that one, and I've only read a little bit of each of the 2020 books. I'm really behind on all my reading. I'm really not a reader. I'm really not a reader. And it's sad, because there are a lot of good books out there to read. And as I said to people, if you're like me and you need something to do to get your mind off of Facebook and away from world politics sometimes, because it just gets a little bit too much, go out and grab yourself a bunch of word search books and do 4 or 5 of them if you can at a time, whenever you grab one. I am doing about anywhere from 1 to 5 a day, uh, or at times when I grab them. That it's a hobby that I really enjoy. So it really is a hobby that I enjoy. And if you got a memory book, write your memory book. Okay, it may be a hard thing to do now, but maybe one day you'll need it and you'll want to go back and look and remember things. Anyway, I'm Dave Colvin. You're not. And Boogie with the Bull, Monday Morning Caffeine, a copyrighted presentation of the No Budget Broadcasting Company. We tried to keep our voice down, but I'm going to wrap it up. And like I said, I'm going to feed me. I'm going to feed Delilah. I am going to do whatever has to be done around here. Double B's for victory. This Boogie with the Bull broadcast is coming to an end. Thank you for everybody who watched in the live chat again. Mama D and Scott Halsey. And that was it this morning. Share the broadcast if you liked it, and tell people why. And if you didn't like the broadcast today, then share it anyway and tell people why you didn't like it. Make sure you tell me why you didn't like it, because I'm going to work on trying to make it better so that more people will watch it. Anyway, as I said, I'm Dave Groven. You're not going to fly up here and go double B's for victory. This Boogie Winnable broadcast is coming to an end.